President of the United States?
James K. Polk was a president that preceded FDR. Unfortunately, he was a complete idiot, and he didn't want to help out minorities such as myself, and he wanted to keep us disenfranchised people out of the streets and out of this country.
He was a black Jewish feminist from the South in the 1740s.
James K. Polk.
James K. Polk, he was the president during the Mexican War. He attacked Mexico because he wanted California. And so basically then he also, had a very, four-point program, comprehensive four-point program that is reducing the tariff, restoring independent treasury, acquiring Oregon, which he did with Britain. He settled that with Britain at the 49th peril. And of course his biggest action was to attack Mexico. And finally he got like half of the land of Mexico and incorporated it in the United States. But the problem was that created a huge slavery dispute in the United States, especially over the new territories, and that started with the Wilmot Proviso. And that would go on all the way to the Civil War.
Is she related to Monica Lewinsky by any chance?
Eaton, E-A-T-O-N. Famous kidnapping of a famous Canadian department store heiress.
Women's suffrage.
Peggy Eaton is actually Mrs. Piggy's full name. And it was when she had an affair with
Adam, what was the Peggy Eaton scandal?
What?
Adam?
What?
Okay. What was the Peggy Eaton scandal?
That's where they lowered tariffs in the 1700s because of farming.
Didn't she sleep with another man, or another man slept with her? I don't really know, but you know what? She's probably like Monica Lewinsky. The Underground Railroad was probably something the Chinese or some Asian group built, because they built all the railroads.
The Underground Railroad was a railroad that went underground and carried slaves over the Mason-Dixon line.
I assume that had to do with getting maybe slaves out of the South.
It's a trail where some Indians were forced off their land and a whole bunch of them died, and I think they went to like Oklahoma.
Okay, so essentially let's talk about some background information.
The American people are expanding really fast. As a result, they want to take over some Indian lands, and for a long time the government recognized the Indians as separate entities. As a result, they tried to Americanize the Indians. And basically they tried to Americanize the Indians, but basically so that's why the 5 civilized tribes, the southeastern tribes, began partially Americanized. However, later on, the states wanted to take over the Indian lands, so basically Georgia took the first action in canceling the tribal councils of the Cherokee, but then John Marshall, the Supreme Court, says that that should not be allowed, but Jackson said they basically ignored the Supreme Court, and by the same time he also had protective feelings for Indians, so he wanted to remove the Indians in the southeast to another place that they wouldn't be heard by the whites, so he passed the Indian Removal Act, which basically removed the Cherokees and all the other groups, the Creeks and the Seminoles area, to Oklahoma.
He wanted this to be voluntary, but in essence this was a forced, eviction, so this began as a trail of tears, their journey from the southeast to Oklahoma. And many tribes resisted, like the Black Hawk in Illinois and Wisconsin, also the Seminoles, they're the ones that resisted the most under Osceola. But eventually they were all crushed and most of them are forced to go to Oklahoma.
Seneca Falls Convention. That was probably the convention where Pontiac figured out that for its car brand they wanted to name it after an Indian, and they figured, why not name it after Pontiac? He was a great Indian, just they turned him into a fast runner, and he was a fast runner, and now he's a car.
There's a waterfall.
Seneca Falls, I think it's like a women's suffrage movement. This one's for Gabe.
No, I don't remember. I used to know. I swear I used to know.
Walt Whitman.
Founded Whitman College.
The origin of Mormonism came after Lex Luthor, and they tried to make a new religion based on having multiple wives.
Tom Cruise.
Oh, Mormonism. The origin of Mormonism equals That's all we need to know about Mormonism. Okay, Elliot?
Well, it wasn't started in Utah. It was started in the burned out district of New York, and then they moved to Utah.